Good morning, my dear students. Today concept is a very important concept. The earlier class, right? We already discussed about while do, entry control loop. Today we are going to discuss exit control loop, that is a do while. Then after I will explain another entry control loop, that is a for loop. Most popular looping concept. Most of all programs, all programmers frequently using for loop. Today there are two concepts. One is a do while and another is a for loop. My dear students, I already explained the sequence of block of instructions number of times whenever you want to repeat, whenever you want to select. Come to the control structures, play a major role. Come to the looping, continuously, right, according to the conditions, the group of statements can be repeated. When the condition is true, the loop is repeated. When the condition is false, automatically the control skip or transferred from that loop. So that is the concept of looping. My dear students, first of all you will take some do, right? You can do. In this do while, that is quite interesting compared to the while do. In while do, if the condition is true, right, the control entering into the loop. It is a immediately first entry control loop, entry level. It's a control. Come to the do while, it is an exit control loop, irrespective of the condition. Irrespective of the condition, what are the conditions you can take it. Once it can be executed, then it will check the condition. That means if our condition is false also, in do while, once the execution is completed, once the loop is executed. Why it is a necessity, right, my dear students? Why while do is good? Why you are taking do while? Sometimes some programs, at least one time loop can be executed. The statements can be executed. It is a necessity. Some programs. Then you can take it exit control loop. My dear students, do is a reserved word, a keyword, followed by the do. Syntax can take do, something. Entering into the loop, right? The loop statements. What are the loop statements? You are taking loop statements. Then you can check, right, condition, right? Then you can check condition, while condition. My dear students, one more, right, very interesting, right, observation. In while loop, in condition, end of the while condition, there is no semicolon. But in the do while, semicolon is mandatory or compulsory. Right. It is not end. Semicolon means it is not end. Right. If you are not giving semicolon, it gives a errors, syntax errors. That is the difference between while and do while. While you are implementing while, there is no semicolon. You can use the do while after while condition followed by semicolon is mandatory. Right? Followed by the while loop. So the loop of statements, right, irrespective of the condition, go to the right loop, the control goes to the loop, right? Then it will check the condition. If the condition is true, right? If the condition is true, again the control goes to the loop. If the condition is false, right, the control simply skipping out of the loop. Simply skipping out of the loop. My dear students, before you are entering into the loop, right, there are, right, one thing, whatever looping statements you are going to do it, there are three things are mandatory. Three things are come to the picture. One is the initialization. Second is the condition. Third is the update or modify or increment or decrement, whatever it may be. Update or modify. These three things are mandatory, the three things are compulsory while you are implementing any loops like while or do while or for loop. First of all, initial value. So our counter value, initially you can start particular value, that is the first part. Then the initial value go to up to condition. Right? Whether the condition is true or condition is false. The initial value is going up to condition followed by your updation. Your updation or increment or decrement. Your updation is always by 1. Your updation is always by 2. Your updation is a pre-updation or post-updation, whatever it may be. That means simple in updation means increment or decrement. The counter value, increment or decrement. This is nothing but increment or decrement. Come to the my dear students, simply you can form the right flow chart. You can take this simple flow chart. So for a better understanding, the pictorial representation. So initial value, just you can take initial value. You can take this the initial value. You are entering to the loop, this is the initial value. Then you go for the condition. Initial value, then go for the condition. If the condition, right? This is the statement. So just you can take the do while. Right? First is entering into the group of statements. What are the statements? You can take it. Statements. Then we check the condition. This is the condition. The condition, there are two things. One is the true and another is the false. The condition is true, right? The control is go to the loop. The condition is false, the control simply skipping from the loop. So this is, if the condition is true, right, followed by the updation. Update. The condition is true, it update. If condition is not true, no updation. Simply skipping. Then update, right? Then it's go to statement. Whether the condition is true only, the updation or modification come to the picture. If the condition is not true, simply skipping. So this is the do while. Right? It is a exit control loop. Exit control means whenever, right, after completion of the execution, then it checks the condition. So when it checks it once, irrespective of the condition, it's checking, it's entering. Then it will, right, check the condition. So that means when it check the condition at the time of control exit. So it is called an exit control. While means entry control. If the condition is true only, the group of execution statements can be executed. So that is the entry executed, right? Entry control loop. This is a exit control loop. So there is no semicolon. This is a semicolon. This is a syntax. That is a right flow chart. So comparatively, the question will come sometimes with 4 marks. What is the difference between while and do while? So come to the one simple program for your better understanding. You can take simple program. You can take it the better understanding. Hash include the mandatory for all programs. Is a pre-post and directory. You can take a while main. So you can initial some value. In type, whatever it may be. Initially you can write initial value, we can take do, entering into the loop. We can do something like that. We can do something like that, right? Some printf Venkat. Printf Venkat. Right? Initial value, initially you can take some value. Right? You can increment it or decrement it. So you can, so it is true. Right? Printf can, right? Then you can increment it. I plus plus. Right? Then we can take another value, printf, right? This is the outer loop. Always you can check out how many left curls you are open, right? This is a left curl, this is a right curl closed. This is a left curl, this is a right curl closed. The total number of left curls is equal to total number of right curls. You can take. So simply do something. Do, right? Y. You can take do something. Y, right? I greater than something. I greater than something, some condition. I greater than 0 or I greater than 1 or whatever. I greater than something like that. So I greater than 10 or whatever. I greater than 10. Semicolon. Right? Or I less than 10. Can take it. Whatever maybe. Initially I can set I equal to 1. Initially I equal to 1. Right? 1 entering into the picture. Right? I equal to 1. Printf. Simply write this statement do. It is a do. You can go. I equal to 1. You can take it. Initially I can take I equal to 1. The I value is a 1. Automatically, right? It doesn't check I equal to 1. It doesn't check I equal to 1. Immediately printf Venkat. First statement can be printed. Then, right? It is a I equal to 1. Right? It's a printf. Right? Then it is incremented I plus plus. Then incremented by I plus plus. Right? Then you go to y. I greater than 10. Right? 1. Right? It's a true. Right? 2 greater than 10. It is true. Up to 9 greater than 10. So when the control is right incremented by 1, when it comes to 10 greater than 10, it is a false. Simply false. So the condition is fail. Then the control simply skipping, it doesn't print it. It is a loop. While loop. The control loop is an outer loop. Printer. This statement is right printing outer loop. Outer loop. So this is nothing but right do while. Come to the right, my dear students. Right? The for loops. The same thing, the most powerful looping statement in almost all the programs. While you are implementing any arrays or any switching techniques or sorting techniques, most of the 80% programmers always using for loop. Same thing like my dear student, there are the for in the result word, for in the result word, for in the result word. We can follow by expression 1, semicolon, expression 2, right, semicolon, expression 3. Expression 1, semicolon, expression 2, expression 3. This is the for loop. Come to the right. Right? This is body of the loop. Body of the loop. My dear students, body of the loop is closed. There are 3 parameters, 3 expressions we are taking. My dear students, for expression 1, expression 2, expression 3. My dear students, this is the initialization expression. Initialization. This is called simply initialization. Right? This is called condition. The expression 2 is called condition. The third expression is called simple increment or decrement. Increment or decrement. Initially, you can set the value, some initial value, followed by condition, followed by right? Increment, decrement. That means for loop means there are three expressions followed by the body of loop. Just you can take, my dear students, right? Simple. For I equal to 1. So this is the initialization. I is setting at 1. Right? I greater than 10. I greater than 10. Up to 10. I equal to 1. I greater than 10. I greater than or equal to 10. Total 10 values. I plus plus. I plus plus. Right? You can take initially, you can take like hash include, right? std.h, hash include stdio.h, my dear students, right? You can take void main, whatever it may be, void main, whatever it may be. You can take initial value int I. I is a integer type value. I is a integer type value. You can take come to the body for equal to 1, I less than 10. Printf Venkat. Printf Venkat. Right? Close. This is the for loop close. This is the outer loop close. First you can check I equal to 1. Right? Is I equal to 1? Okay. The control goes to print. So it's go to printf. Right? So okay. Venkat. Okay, it's a print Venkat. Statement can be printing once. For the I equal to 1. Then it goes to, right? Once the statement can be executed, it goes to, right? Checking. It goes to checking. This is the first step. This goes to checking. Right? I incremented by 1. I incremented by 1. I equal to incremented by 1. This was the second step. Right? This is the first step. I equal to 1. It's okay. It's good. It's 2. Right? Then it's go to, right? Checking the condition. Right? This is the condition checking. It's goes to, then it's go to, that means looping. Up to 10 times. This is by default you can get n. I less than equal to n. By default you can put this n. Scanner percentage is ampersand n. Scanner percentage is ampersand n. You want to write take uncountable of numbers. Have n equal to 10,000. No problem. N equal to 1 lakh. In that condition you can declare n is nothing but a not integer value. It is a long integer value. Integer value only restricted up to 36,787. The bond can be increasing. Automatically you can go for long int. Data qualifier. Always you can check initial value, right? Condition, statement, right? Increment or decrement, condition, initial value, right? Statement, increment or decrement, condition. So this is nothing but looping. How many times? Same printf, this block of code, right? 10 times. So this block of code 10 times. The single statement. Sometimes you can use a multiple statements. Sometimes multiple statements. In this for loop, within the for loop, you can take the for loop, right? Another for loop you can take. The for loop, you can take a for loop. This is a for loop. You can do something like that. Here you can take a for loop. For loop within the for loop. Nested for loop. For loop within the for loop. Inner for loop first can be executed. One for loop is a rows. Another for loop is a columns. This inner for loop can be taking it. When it can be terminated, the outer for loop can be incremented by 1. You can initially the inner for loop can be checking for I equal to 1. You can take it like that. You can for example, you can take matrix. You can take the right this type of things. You can check out, my dear students. This is the row values and column values. You can take this value. This is the rows. You can take 1, 0, 0, 1 like that. This is the rows. This is the columns. This is the rows and columns. 2 rows and 2 columns. Totally 2 rows, 2 columns. This is a matrix, a two-dimensional array. These type of representations we are using for loop within the for loop. For loop within the for loop. Right? For I equal to 0. For I equal to 0. Right? I less than n. I plus plus. Right? This is a for loop. For j equal to 0. Right? J less than n. J plus plus. J less than m. J plus. For I equal to 0, I less than n. N rows. N equal to rows. My dear students, and n equal to columns. First we take first column. First we take first column. This is the first column. 0, 0 element. This is a 0, 0 element. And take like that. It's a 0, 0 element. J equal to 0. 0 less than n. That's condition true. J plus plus. So then it's go to the condition is true. Then control goes to this one. J equal to 0. I equal to 0. 0, 0. J can be incremented by 1. J equal to 1. Right? I equal to 0. So 1. Second column, first row. Right? 1, 0. Right? 1, 1. First, this loop is completed up to 1 by 1. First, initial I equal to 0, j equal to 0. J equal to 0, I equal to 0. J equal to 0, I equal to 1. 1 completed. This is a one row. 0 for first row, second row completed. This condition phase, right? This condition phase, then j I can be incremented by 1 like that. So that means rows and columns. First row, first column. Second row, second column like that, my dear students. All right, the array, multi-dimensional array, that in the third unit we are going to explain these type of right rows and columns. Next, one row is one for loop, another column for another for loop. Rows, one for loop, columns, another for loop. For loop within the for loop. So that is the concept we are going to explain. So that is the thing, my dear students. Very quite popular, interesting concept about the for loop. Right? We are doing a lot of programs using for loop. I will use more examples to explain, to elaborate really clearly about for loop. Thank you.